Guys, it's me, Spencer. I am back on Ambiguity. Once again, my apologies for not uploading on my regular date. Because I've been having technically speaking, finals week is happening for me at college. So I'm a bit busy with like papers and studying and taking naps. So yeah, my apology. But I am back, and this week we are covering the topic of readjusting to romantic and or sexual relationships during and post transition. So after you come out, transition, etc. Or as a non-binary person, in my experience, when I came out, I wasn't really thinking about romantic relationships. Correction, I'm lying. I was thinking about romantic relationships. I wasn't thinking about sexual relationships because I felt that who is going to want to touch me if I don't want to touch myself, and I still have that same view nowadays, even though my thoughts on sex and sexual relationships in general has changed. So yeah, basically, pretty much after I came out around, I would say high school, around 10th, I would say mostly around 10th grade, because ninth grade, I was still readjusting. I got outed, and then the sense of like, alright, well, people know I'm trans, but does that mean they were willing to date me I'm, because of my gender identity, or just because I appear biologically female in that sense? So that was like a confusing state for me. At the same time, the people that I knew long distance, like friends and romantic partners, they were already aware, or when I did tell them, they were cool with it. Because by the time I was like in high school, I come out to a couple of friends on distance, and with that, it kind of built a more romantic sense. So it wasn't an issue with name or pronouns because they already knew me by Spencer, regardless. Um, but in high school, when pronouns were still an issue, and so was like name in a sense because my name wasn't legally changed back then. I had issues of like, okay, if I like this girl, does she know? Am I gonna have to tell her? Are my friends gonna tell her in a sense? And it was really awkward, and I just felt like I wasn't desirable for my age, or just to anyone really within my age range, or just friendship circles or group. And it really put me down because I felt like I wasn't reaching this like standard of like teenage boy in a sense, because I didn't have a girlfriend. I felt like you needed to have a girlfriend in order to be like, known in high school, which is totally false and totally bullshit. But with me, that was like a very big thing. I was very concerned about like with like self image and like popularity in that sense, and it was just really weird because I don't know why, but like American culture is like kind of based off like who gets the most of this or who has the best of this, and that also includes like who has the hottest partner and like who has like the most like explicit sexual relationship, and it's just like I get it, but like it's just kind of annoying. But yeah, fast forward, 10th grade, I had this very big, somewhat borderline obsessive crush on this boy who was a year younger than me and a grade below me. But because of like the whole thing when I did come out to him like off the back, I also feel like that itself was kind of like rushed because he didn't need to know. But I just told him because I figured why not just tell him now and get out the way. He didn't mind. But then as like my feelings got more like intense and like interesting and whatnot, it became a question of like, does he like me because I'm a guy, or does he like me because I appear to be a guy in a sense? Because again, I was still pretty. My name wasn't changing legally, so I only had like a haircut and clothes really, and my name in school by respect of my staff and students, thankfully. But it was still awkward because of the sense of like he wasn't sure his sexuality yet, so that became a question of if I like you, what does that mean? Because technically speaking, I'm not sure if I like guys or girls or people that are trans, and it was just like the fact he kind of put people that are trans in a separate category made me feel a bit off, and I realized that more as I got to know him more throughout the years, and around my senior year, it was more of a question of like, I definitely like guys, but I don't think I like trans guys. But then there were people that were trans identified that I did like, and that big question of like, did you not like me because I was trans? Or did you like me despite me being trans? Which is a question I still held. Um, but I've kind of moved past that. And with other instances, when I did date people, I did other trans people, mostly trans masculine or transgender men in a sense. I've also had experience with some female identified people, not a lot, because most of my experience has been with male identified people to a degree. Um, Most of my relationships were with guys, so that and I told them I was trans. They either were trans themselves, or I like had like somewhere on my social media, and like they bit too much together, obviously. So that was an issue. The issue mostly for me was like sexual and just intimacy, regardless of the person, because I wasn't used to like affection that much. Even though it was in my house, I wasn't really big on that because I was like, all right, cool. like, I'll hold your hand because I realize that's nice and that's not as intimate, but, like, actually it is kind of intimate, but compared to, like, kissing, like, in public, or, like, making out, and I would see couples doing that, and I'm just like, that's cool, but, like, can I see myself doing that? And I wasn't sure. And, like, I've had partners who were, again, female identified, that were straight to a point, but then they also started questioning sexuality and then what that meant for us, because if I was trans, how would we, like, have sex in a way? Or my friends would question, if I was with a girl, would I tell her, like, would I use devices, like a strap or whatever? And I was just like, I don't know, and I really don't know how to answer that because I've never been in that predicament. Someone in a sense, guy, that my mom would give me, like, the talk, and it was like, if you're gonna be with guys, then you have to be the one, like, receiving it, because they will feel emasculated, and that's total bullshit, because trans guys and trans masculine people can be tops or verse or whatever pleases them, really. So yeah, so, like, the whole sense of, like, if you're trans, then you're automatically a bottom, which is total bullshit, and that's just not the case. I guess in my experience, I've kind of embodied the whole bottom stereotype, not really in, like, personality wise or, like, appearance, but just, like, I like giving people other pleasure. It doesn't make me a bottom. It just means I like having my partners feel good when I'm doing things to them, in a sense. And again, most of my sexual experiences have been with male identified people, some cisgender, some transgender, some transgender people, in a sense. And it was, both have been interesting in a sense, because I was on testosterone after that. Like, once I got on T, I was more comfortable in my body in a sexual sense. It was like, okay, I could probably see myself, shirtless with someone, or having pants off with someone, in a sense, or, like, I couldn't see myself, like, being fully naked yet, because I was like, I still get dysphoria, and I don't want you seeing all this yet. Which is also a question I was also figuring out with therapy, and, like, self-talk, and, like, practices, and, like, reflections, so that. I think my best experience was with, my best experience was with another trans person, to be honest, because, like, we both have this, not the same level of dysphoria, but we have experience in dysphoria itself, and they were also good with, like, safe words and comfort, and, like, is this okay, do you want to continue, etc. And even as I felt like I got to make up for what I wasn't able to do at the beginning of high school, or even throughout middle school, in a sense, for some reason. It was just like, I can flirt with guys and people and not feel awkward or shunned about it, and I could hook up with people that I just meet and feel good about myself, and feel good with them, and flirt and hold hands and be cute and have a regular experience that I wanted for so long. I think that's the best part for me after my transition, because I wasn't able to really embrace that, because I was so dysphoric and so angry at the fact that I was never gonna fully look like a guy in my head, way before I even, like, had a haircut and a binder and on tea, etc., and starting top surgery, in the sense that no one would want me because I wasn't able to fit that mold of what a guy was. And even, like, this, I learned in my recent class of, like, core beliefs, in the sense of that the core belief that I've embodied is based off, like, previous experiences and upbringing, and of that I will not fall in love with a trans person, and that is kind of very bothersome, because you can, if out there, I may not have, like, the biggest, most lasting relationships, but I do have relationships themselves, and they do matter when they are in that moment. I realize that. And I think for me, my biggest thing would be romantic over sexual, because I am very big on romance and hand-holding and small act services, and just, like, things like love letters and poems, and saying, like, how you're the stars in my eyes and all that gunk. But, like, sexually is, like, it's nice when I'm in the mood for it. If I'm not really gonna press over it, and I don't really think I would need a partner to be sexually satisfied, because there's masturbation. So yeah, surprise, trans people masturbate. Not all, but some. In this case, I do. So yeah, that. That's pretty much it. Like, I've dated people across the gender spectrum. I've mostly been with cis and or transgender men, sexually, in a sense, and it's been good. It's nice. I would love to have experience sexually with a female identified person. I feel like I haven't really done that yet, because of other experiences I experienced. I can't speak. Because of other experiences I have encountered as a child. I don't go into detail about it, but it wasn't the best, so I was very put off with, like, I like girls, but I don't think I want to touch a girl. I don't think I want to go touching me. So, like, so I'm still working through that. But for the most part, it's been interesting. I haven't had any issues with, like, partners talking about, oh, well, correction, I mostly had issues with female identified partners at the time when I did have girlfriends briefly, of like, if we're dating, how does sex work again, and does that make me gay, and like what do I tell people, etc. So mostly a question of like outside sources that was their concern. So who knows what the future holds for me sexually and romantic. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's your boy Spencer. I'm out.